Ladies and gentlemen, the Dangers in My Heart movie has just hit the fan base. But let's not get too hasty right now, because this movie, as far as we understand it, is just seasons 1 and 2 reanimated and cut down into a feature film length runtime. Meaning that we're probably gonna get every important scene from seasons 1 and 2 just put together into this movie while cutting out some of the more cutesy filler moments, okay? So don't get your hopes up in thinking that this is gonna be a replacement for a season 3 or anything like that, because in reality, we're not gonna get anywhere as close to that, really. What we do get instead are little tidbits, little tiny things throughout that are gonna show us that they are adapting a little bit further in the story. So that means at the very end, I'm assuming, we're gonna get Kana's concert, that entire arc that we've got over there, which in my opinion is what I consider to be one of the most important arcs in this entire series. I mean, it's one of the ones that really defines Kyo and Yamada as being in a relationship. Anyone who's read the manga probably feels the same way, and it's got one of the most touching scenes overall when we're looking at just Kyo being the romantic guy that he is. But that's probably going to be adapted right at that tail end part of the movie. I mean, there's no way that this movie is going to have other things sprinkled throughout. If anything, it might have some of those additional things that were missed, but I don't know. This movie is going to have to go with a really brisk pace. This news was delivered to us on Twitter, where we got both this promo art and a release date for when this movie is set to be coming out, which is February 13th of 2026. So in reality, it's actually just around the corner. And from what we see with this promo art, it is very much pushing that new arc. Even though that is probably going to be at the very end of the movie, they are going all the way in with trying to promote this new portion of it. And I don't know how many of you guys want to do it, but this movie is definitely going to be trying to pull in that audience that wants to just get a tidbit more of information or of just animation from this series, showing us that there is probably a huge fan base over in Japan. Meanwhile, here in the United States, it seems like it's a little bit more quiet when we're talking about this series. I mean, anime movies like this don't come out all too frequently. I mean, you gotta have a pretty large fan base for an anime to then achieve the status of being able to get an anime movie. I mean, that's the reason why something like Demon Slayer is able to get normal movies and recap movies thrown out like wildfire. In fact, this actually really reminds me of like a Demon Slayer recap movie, because sometimes they include new information or new animation right at the end. So this is kind of in the same vein of how this movie is gonna be put out. But the worst thing that could happen is for this movie's box office to be what really sets off whether there's gonna be a season 3 or not. That would be the most dreadful thing in the world. I mean, this could be a similar situation to what we got back with Kaguya-sama, because we got everything going just right, and then when the movie came out, it just kind of flopped in the box office. Something that didn't really let the series recover for a good number of years until just recently when that new special got announced, which we still don't know all too much about. We just know that it might potentially be skipping a lot of chapters. What my expectations are with this movie are hopefully the reception is so well done that this movie actually lets us not even question what the future of the series is. It just happens, and then we know that there's an inevitability that season 3 is going to be coming shortly afterwards. And 2, that I hope that the movie actually does justice to everything and doesn't just seem like it's just rushing through every single scene. I mean, because I feel like it's really gonna suck if this is someone's first interaction with the series, because this is a series that, in my opinion, really succeeds with making those small moments really count. I mean, the series has a ton of buildup. I mean, every single time that I hear that musical cue start to come up, I know that something is going to gradually start to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and I don't think the movie's gonna have enough time to really fill in that feeling. That's a really special part of the anime, because they were able to really capitalize on the original manga's feelings and really expand on them. I mean, it is an actually exceptional adaptation. So I'm really kind of unsure about how this movie's gonna come out when we're looking at how it adapts everything. I mean, you're trying to cram in 2 seasons worth of information. It's not just gonna be that you're doing season 2 or something like that. So it's gonna feel quite a bit heavier, and it's not gonna give you those moments that are gonna make you feel like, oh, that side character over there, that's best girl, or so on and so forth. Those things aren't gonna show up as frequently as you'd normally like. But either way, something that's gonna be able to satiate our hunger for more Dangers in Our Heart content until February is that new Kana spinoff that was announced. I mean, that's still something that we're going to be expecting in the near future, where we're going to be getting stories centered around her and her love life, even though it sounds like a snafu remake. I mean, if anything, that spinoff's announcement and release is something that really paved the way for this movie to come out. I mean, that was basically telling us that there was something else that was coming out shortly. And over with this announcement from the movie, we also have notes written from Kyo and Yamada's voice actors, detailing detailing how much they love these characters and how much they want fans to go out and see the movie. Something that, of course, we expect from voice actors and seiyus all around, but it's something that I really feel and enjoy them saying, because I honestly feel like The Dangers in My Heart is one of those rom-coms that you get in anime once every 10 or so years. It's not so often that you get an anime that is this good in its particular genre. I mean, of course, it blows away most other of its contemporaries out of the water when we're talking about just the romance aspect in general. The chemistry that these two characters have together is so genuine and so cute that it's gonna be so hard for me to just stop giggling every time I see them come up on screen. I mean, it's pathetic at that point how much I enjoy seeing these characters interact with one another. But it really goes to show that I really think that it's an exceptionally well done series. Now, how long is it gonna take to come overseas? I have absolutely no clue on that. Since this is The Dangers in My Heart and it's produced and released by High Dive, I don't really think it's gonna be as quick as like a Crunchyroll funded project where it's something where it's gonna be released in theaters maybe 1 or 2 months down the line. It isn't gonna be in the same vein of a Haikyuu movie or an Attack on Titan movie. I think it's gonna be quite a bit longer if we do get to that point. If push comes to shove and we get the worst end of the stick, then it's probably gonna be something that we have to wait for it to actually come to streaming if we want to enjoy the movie too. So who knows? Unless they're able to partner with some other studio that wants to release it here in the US, then I don't know, we're out of luck on that. My hope is that that little portion of the story is also going to be brought along and adapted as well in whatever they do when it comes to making a season 3. That's what I want to see, because it would be extremely weird for it to just be regulated to being in this movie that's already attached to pre-made content. They gotta show a bit more. They gotta bring it to a wider audience. So I think a season 3 would be an excellent place to bring it into. But with that, I think that pretty much rounds off my thoughts on what I thought about this new announcement over here. With this, what do you guys think about it? Is this one of the most thrilling things that you can think of in anime news recently? Or are you a little bit disappointed because you just want to see season 3 as fast and as soon as possible? Please, let me know your opinions down in the comments section below. I'd love to know what you guys think. And I would also say that if you want to see more of these kinds of videos, give the video a like and subscribe. I'd love to see at least that you guys enjoy the content that I make. And with this, as always, I was Randy, and I'll be seeing y'all next time. Peace.